Hello, my beautiful Aries friends. This is Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology, and I am so glad that you guys are here with me today. I definitely did not forget about you. This is your video for the full moon in Libra tarot card reading for my Aries sun, moon, and rising signs. Just in general, my Aries collective, anybody who feels drawn to this reading. This is the reading for you, all right? So these readings are meant to cover the time period from about April 7th or 8th until the 22nd, but because I'm a couple days late, I'm going to go ahead and extend this for you guys throughout the rest of April. All right. And then I'm thinking about changing things up, you guys, but I'm pretty sure we're still going to have Taurus new moon readings as usual. Today's readings, I want to keep it kind of short and sweet, but if you guys are looking for something more in depth, I definitely want to point you back to my new moon in Aries readings. We actually look at several different areas of life in that, and they're a little bit longer than what I think these will be today. So poke around and find what you need here on my channel. I'm really glad you're here. Definitely, as I get into the reading, if it resonates with you, hit that like button. Feel free to share it if you think it'll resonate with somebody else. And yeah, if you want something definitely tailored to you, hit me up for a personal reading. All that information is available below. I'm just cleansing my hand chakras right now, you guys. Super ready, super excited to get into this reading. And also another bonus for you guys, since this reading's a little bit late, I have a whole brand new deck that I am going to use for you guys. This is actually makes 3 brand new tarot decks, okay, that are coming up in this reading. But this is a birthday gift that I got to myself. And I didn't expect it to show up until May. I'm a Taurus, and so I am looking at the possibility of spending my birthday in quarantine. Happy birthday to all of you beautiful Aries out there who are having to deal with that now. I know you guys just want to get out and run around and maybe get a little cray, but someday we will get to celebrate that birthday, okay? All right, let's go ahead and do this. That Gemstone and Crystals Tarot is going to come out at the very end. I'm going to start with this mother freaking gorgeous tarot. It was called the Alchemical Visions Tarot. All right. These, first of all, as you can see, it is tremendous in size, but it's also tremendous in imagery. Like, there's just so much information in every card. So I'm just going to pull one of these to start your reading. Please, remember that these readings are collective. It's a general reading. I do not have a specific question that I'm asking. It's just whatever message Spirit wants to get out to you today. Timelines are very fluid. So present may be past to you, you know, present may be future. Who knows? Relationship roles also can be reversed if it ends up being a reading that touches on that. All right. So we're just looking at energies. It's a message in a bottle. I'm going to send it out there. And if it washes up upon your shore and seems to resonate with you, then gosh darn it, that's what it was meant for. All right? So I am calling now upon divine spirits of love and light, archangels, ancestors, allies, and guides, both mine and those of my Aries collective that I'm reading for today. Thank you so much for your guidance and protection on a daily basis, for the ability to deliver these messages, to channel and deliver these messages, and especially today for a clear and concise message in the highest good of my Aries collective. I so wish I could shuffle this like a normal pile and have cards flip out at me, but it's gigantic. So I just have a different way of doing these. The King of Swords for an Aries. I like that. And actually, we've got strength underneath. So this is an energy that's definitely getting pulled into this reading right now. Okay, so strength card. I'm just going to kind of set this off to the side. The Sun. You guys, these are both Leo energy, but this is very, very, very strong fire energy that you're going through right now. But you are taking the position of this King of Swords, which I kind of love. I'm going to leave both of these cards face up to me because while they're not in the reading, so to speak, they are going to be informing it. Because look at this, how you have this sort of like anatomical diagram here, okay, going on in both of these. So, all right, pardon me while my brain wanders through these images to get a message for my Aries. I'm going to follow up with another brand new tarot deck that I have, the inverted tarot. Got a couple oracle cards, and then we'll go back to that tarot of crystals and gemstones. Check this dude out, okay? The fact, like, they're drawing me first to the fact that he has this eye patch on, which means with this one eye, like, I feel like what this is doing is actually, like, increases his focus. All right. So this guy's really focused, really, really looking, really like sitting in his truth. And when I say his, it's just the person on the card. It doesn't have to be you. All right. So this dude is super duper like perceptive right now. Okay. Sitting on his throne, eyeing the kingdom, checking things out, and he's very, very focused. Like, the effect of this is to actually like block out his peripheral vision in a way so that he can really focus on what is important to him and what needs to be done at this time. So like really blocking out distractions. Go you, because that's an awesome energy. If this isn't you, this is somebody in your present experience and environment. Time is fluid, so maybe past, maybe future. There's this guy standing on top, right? And I do kind of want to go to the book about that. Okay, you guys, the book is amazing. If you're into alchemy, just like even just reading the book, oh my God, it's so amazing. It's really about digging into the subconscious. This guy said that he got the idea to start this deck when he was visiting like his therapist friend and noticed a tarot deck in the therapist's office. And he was kind of like, okay, but like, no, it's all about getting into the subconscious. I am just, okay, good. Above is the head of, okay, I'm just scanning this right here because it's going to talk about what that dude is doing standing on top of his head. Ooh, so this says that this guy, the intense, wait a second. Intense man wearing an eye patch. This is Germanic god Odin or Wotan of the Norse myths, associated with healing, knowledge, sorcery, battle, and death. So, like, this critical eye that you guys are using right now is because there's some pretty serious decisions that have to be made, all right? So, anyways, let me skim. Who's this dude standing on the head? Ooh, interesting. Just above the king's head, between the light-seeking transformative moths, is this dude. That's who I'm interested in. The guy standing on top of his head. The book says it is an alchemist, seemingly supervising the whole process. Behind him is an alchemical retort from which smoke arises. Okay, so if you guys aren't sure what alchemy is about, okay, this is definitely King of Swords territory. Okay, conscious alchemy to me is a process in which you consciously are able to shift your thinking about a situation, to shift your perspective on a situation, in order to see it from a perspective that best serves you, okay? So you're transmuting. Transmuting is what alchemists do, all right? They take what there is in front of them and they shape it to be what it is that they need to have, okay? Think about Jesus turning like water into wine and stuff like that. That's transmutation. All right. So, the way that I practice transmutation is all on a very conscious and subconscious level. Okay. Which is what these cards are all about. Getting into your subconscious, really surveying your environment, but also being able to control your thinking and your thought patterns to where you can take this environment around you that you're observing and shape it to meet your needs. All right. So that's what's going on with that. And this sun and this strength. This is very interesting. It's just, to me, really talking about focusing your solar plexus, okay? So I'm going to leave it at that and move on to the inversion tarot and see what it's got to clarify this King of Swords energy. All right. I'm kind of curious about what is the situation he sees before him and what does he want to transmute it into. So, whenever I pull, I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck, you guys. And whenever I pull 3 cards, I like to talk to the deck about what I want to do with those 3 cards. So we're going to do what I like to call a butterfly sequence, all right? So because it's about transmutation, transforming what's around you, we're going to look at what exists, what what's the caterpillar that's going into the cocoon, all right? What's going on inside the cocoon, and then what is the butterfly that's going to come out of that? Does that make sense to you guys? So we're looking at the process of what is being transmuted. Thank you so much, Divine Spirits of Love and Light. There are so many cards coming out, but what they need is they're asking me just to shuffle a little bit more. The energies are not quite yet on point. I've got some incense here that I'm just going to use. I did a nice little smudge before we started today, but I'm just going to go ahead and do one more because this energy is flying, yo. All right, let's do this. I said it was going to be short and sweet, and I talked for 10 minutes about one stinking card. That's all right. That's all right. Let's see what else is in here. The moon. Yeah, that's why you guys are looking with that eye, because there's a lot of things that, you know how it is when you're out at the, like in the moonlight and you see something at a distance, you're like, oh my God, is that a wolf? And then you're like, no, it's a freaking, you know, like Cocker Spaniel. Like that's obviously kind of a goofy like example, but sometimes at first glance, we don't really have a very clear vision of things. All right. Whoa. This came out first. Do we want? Yes, I do. This is it, you guys. The sun, the star and the sun are reversed. Now remember, the sun is a star, okay? 5 of Wands. All right, guys, here's a story that's coming out. And like I said, sometimes the bottom of the deck is just talking to me so much, I got to use that, okay? So the star and the sun are reversed. This is honestly a present energy. Okay, you're feeling this sort of blockage. Like, I feel like here's this king surveying his landscape, surveying the environment, the choices and the information that is available to him. Also, the allies, the resources, things like that. Okay, this is a very logical, he's got decisions to make. And he's not super hopeful at this time. So that's another reason why the Sun and the Strength card came out. All right. This 5 of Wands also, gosh, I wish I could remember what other reading I want to connect that to. Capricorns. Go check out the Capricorn reading. This too shall pass. Because they got a lot of the same energy. They got the sun reversed and just basically like this energy where you're trying to move forward, but you're very blocked. Okay. This is going to require, like basically here's the energy that you're faced with right now. Okay. This is the way that things have always been done and they're not working anymore. They are not working anymore. Okay, so this is the caterpillar that goes into cocoon. You know this situation. You can't keep doing things the way they've always been done because you've got all this energy flying from around you. There's some sort of blockage here in your vision, actually. Okay, so it's interesting because the King of Swords is a very masculine energy. Aries is a very masculine energy. It's ruled by Mars. But the cocoon that's going to help transform this situation is a very feminine energy, a very receptive, nurturing energy. This is going within, letting the emotions flow, but also cultivating a sense of nurturing. Yeah, and that's just what's coming through very, very strong for me, okay? Some sense of nurturing is what is going to transmute this situation. Just like we have this 10 of Pentacles. 10 is the end of a cycle, right? Because you go start at Ace and you get, like, that's as high as you can go to 10. We got another 10 over here, and that's how I knew that this was the third card of this sequence, okay? Is because this 10, this Wheel of Fortune, is getting things to move forward. I'm hearing the word gestation. So there's some sort of idea that's going to come up, but really there's like self-care is very important right now for you guys. That's another thing that the Empress is in charge of, but also she rules Venus, or she's associated with Venus, and Venus rules, oops, sorry guys, this Libra full moon. All right. Okay. So there's definitely some blockage in your environment. 6 of Cups is here, so that's what you've got to look forward to. Yeah. All right. So there might be somebody, ooh, you've got a Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Swords energy. Look how angry that Queen of Swords looks here. Okay. These are people who can assist you on your journey. Okay? So there are energies around you that are definitely willing to help, even though right now you don't feel like, I don't think you feel very optimistic about the future. All right? I'm going to go ahead and pull out my Moonology Oracle deck now. This is uprights only, so let's see what it has for you guys. That's exactly what he's doing. He's looking around and he's like, the way that I have always done things, it's not working anymore. It may even be a loss of something that you had built. You know, like a business, a career, something like that. But this Empress is so creative. All right? This is literally going within. Look how freaking pregnant she is. And the roundness of that, you guys, they're connecting the pentacles with her belly and this wheel. All right. So in other words, what I really feel, you guys, you're doing a good job by staying in this King of Swords energy, but you're going to have to switch to something more receptive. All right. Being just like open to letting things kind of happen and grow. Let's see what the Moonology deck has to say. Then we'll go to my self-care cards. This is what I want. Yes, you guys, this is the full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. This Wheel of Fortune is not just things moving forward. They're things moving forward in a really freaking positive way. This is the full moon in Libra. That's the moon we just had on April 7th and 8th. That's like... That's the purpose of this reading, is this full moon in Libra, okay? A win-win outcome is forecast. I love that so much for you guys. I also want to talk about the fact that the Empress is a mother energy. And I really feel like it's telling me you're going to have to shift from this perspective into this, all right? That's kind of beautiful. Like, it's giving me this feeling of like what that transition feels like, to go from this purely logical, rational mind frame into this like, okay, let's do this. And I want to give you guys an example of how I just did that like in the last day or two, okay? I just wanted to plant some things, okay? And like last year I had a little tiny herb garden. I just wanted to build on that this year. And I'm not really great at that. So I just, like, I had to plan the process out. I didn't want to go to the store and get dirt. So I went on a walk and I actually found a place where I could just kind of get some dirt. I had to do all this planning, okay? Like, I planned it out for a couple days, how I was going to make this come together, right? And then I sat down and I just started planting seeds. I started digging in the dirt. I started, you know, like I found a snail and I talked to the snail, you know. I went from this King of Swords energy, here's what needs to be done, to this to this Empress energy where I was just doing the things, all right? So that's just an example. Plan something out and then just let it grow. Cultivate it, cultivate it, cultivate it, okay? Creativity, did I not say that's what this Empress is all about? She's just so very creative. And look, she's got a little furry come to talk to her. All right, so this green, all of this green is heart chakra energy. And the Empress, usually that's the color she's surrounded by. Express your creativity. Delight in the mystery of your inner muse, aka the Empress. The Empress is everybody's inner muse. You guys, I love this so much. This win-win outcome says, we get through this process, everything's going to be on top, okay? So, last card for you guys. Like I said, special bonus. This is also looking all the way through the end of April. This is the Tarot Gemstones and Crystals. I just shuffled this deck for the first time today. And the Fool and the Magician. Ooh, look at this. I need to shuffle it really good because look at this. We still have these first 4 cards. These 5 cards. Look at this. You guys are starting a new journey. The Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, okay? It was a brand new deck when I started today, so I'm going to get those really good and mixed in there. But to me, that's just the creation and cultivation of a new opportunity. All right? So you guys got some amazing, amazing things coming up for you, Aries. But if you are feeling that blockage, like I said, go check out the Capricorn reading. I feel like for some reason all my cardinal signs, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries are all kind of in alignment with one another. So go watch any of those, really. All right? Yes, movement. I like when the 8 of Wands shows up with the Wheel of Fortune because that just means, all right, Look at this. These cards do not want to go away. All right, I can get them mixed in there. All right, let's see. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful new beginning, new cycle for you guys coming up. All right, Divine Spirits of Love and Light, Archangels, Ancestors, Allies, and Guides. Thank you for one final card to advise. What's cool about this deck, you guys, is it's not just going to be a tarot card reading to advise you guys. It is going to be a crystal or mineral or metal. There's a lot of really cool things in this deck that you can use to guide you through this process of transmutation. But that, I tell you what, that Fool card keeps popping up. Queen of Coins, all right? I think, was the Queen of Coins one of those energies that wanted to help? When I say it's an energy that wants to help, it may just be within you, okay? So the Empress is the manifestation of all four queens. Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So being very grounded but very logical is the energy that was coming out there. All right, let's see what we got for you guys. Magnetite. Magnetite. The Four of Cups, okay? This is consideration, contemplation. When you're in this King of Swords energy, all right, well, part of what that requires is setting aside your emotions, okay? Setting aside your emotions. But then when it's time to act, that's when it's time to let them flow. I'm going to go ahead and check in on the book with this one. Just see what kind of message comes through with Magnetite. This is the Four of Cups. The Magnetite teaches us to perceive and abandon polarities, such as a plus and minus, yin and yang. Achieving freedom is also one of its lessons. It has a balancing and connecting effect, making it a good protective stone. All right? So, the Magnetite teaches us to perceive and abandon polarities. All right? In other words, you guys know, and you need to remember, moving through this, that everything is not black and white. Everything is not black and white. Okay? All right. So that's what I've got for you guys. Like I said before, if it resonates, hit that like button. If you want something more personalized, you can hit me up for a personal reading. And I am so happy to do that for you guys at this time. If you're an Aries sun, I do just want to wish you a happy birthday. I hope you were able to make the absolute best of that in these crazy, crazy times. But otherwise, you guys do your very best to stay happy, healthy, and hopeful through all of this. And understand, I'm always here for you. Take real good care of yourselves.